Mr. MegaManFan here. We interrupt this regularly scheduled broadcast of Homebrew Review because it's almost Thanksgiving and I had to get this done before Thanksgiving. It's a package that just arrived via FedEx from Japan. The original estimated shipping date was December 1st, and then the tracking updated and it said it arrived in Memphis on Monday, and then by Tuesday I already had it. So I'm gonna film it today, Wednesday, and bump an episode of Homebrew Review and get this package open and show you what goodies I got that will be on future episodes of Retro Hunting Adventure. A big thank you to Japan for You for their careful packing and their reasonable shipping prices. I mean, it's not inexpensive because you'll spend at least $20 for 18 to 20 items, but compared to other shippers from Japan, about $1 per item per 20 items is actually very reasonable. And as you just heard me allude to in the intro, it gets here faster than you would expect when they ship with FedEx. So obviously there are some benefits to that. Right off the top, we got an oversized Famicom cart. So big, I almost mistook it for something else, but I think this is Famicom Jump, which would be great since I already have Famicom Jump 2. And yes, it is the first Famicom Jump game. Hopefully there is a fan translation so I can patch it. But if not, it'll still be interesting to showcase on a future episode. There we go. Look at this little beauty. There weren't too many games that supported it. In fact, support for it was actually unofficial in the United States because they never released it here, but some PlayStation games still included applications that worked with it anyway. As you can see, the 4 buttons here are like a little D-pad, and there's a little action button. But it is actually a memory card. Let me see if I can pop this open. There we go. See, now you can see it's also a memory card because it's got the slots. The hinge is from the bottom up. That was the problem. I should have been lifting from the bottom. But until I get a battery in here, I don't think I'll be able to do much. You can see the PlayStation logo is kind of burnt into the screen. Wait a minute, is that? No, it's not actually doing anything. It's just showing the logo, but yeah, this needs fresh batteries before it'll do much. But I am looking forward to trying this with Final Fantasy VIII because that's one of the US released PlayStation games that actually has hidden support for the PocketStation in it. Not so hidden because it's actually mentioned in the manual for Final Fantasy VIII, but that manual also says that the PocketStation may not be released in the United States. And they were right. It never was. 10 Super Famicom games. And most of these were about $1. There was one that I bought that was like, I don't know, $10? Maybe 15? Okay, let's see. This is sealed really well. Can't even find a seam on the tape. Oh, there we go. Again, Japan for You does a really good job of packaging things. Dragon Ball Z Batuden 3. Another game inspired by Geekdom 101. I like picking up Dragon Ball imports because of him. Big shout out to Big D. This is Mario's Super P-Cross, which is available on the Switch Online service, but I thought it would be nice to have an actual physical copy of the game, and it was cheap. Let's start 2 piles here because I got so many of these that if I set them all in one pile, they would probably tip over. New 3D golf simulation, Devil's Course. This is another one of those ones that was just about $1, maybe a little more. And Fatal Fury Special. Yeah, can you believe this one was just about $1? Some of these are way cheaper than their US equivalents, which is one of the reasons I really like importing Super Famicom games, because even when you pay for the shipping, you're still saving money, especially if you can patch them into English. Here's the one. Here's the big one that I was talking about. This is Super Bonk 2, which was never released in North America. This was the big fish out of this lot. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. I am pretty damn sure there is an English patch for this, like 99.9% sure. I may already have it on my SD to SNES memory card. Super Bomberman 3. Don't even think I would need a patch to play this. It's a Bomberman game. Only thing that would change would be some of the menus. Again, amazing that you can get some of these games for about $1 and then add another 50 cents to $1 for shipping. That's just amazing. Monster Maker 3. Probably will need some sort of patch to be able to do anything with that. It's either an RPG or an RPG game maker, or maybe both. But I probably won't get too far if the menus are all in Japanese, but we shall see. Super Fire Pro Wrestling. Again, I don't know that this one can't be played as is, because I can usually play Super Fire Pro Wrestling games without any patch, but the patch could help with some of the menus. So I'll look into that. I'm sure Ryan Taylor is feverishly typing away Google searches right now, trying to find patches on romhacking.net. SimCity Junior, the town you build yourself. I also suspect I won't need much of a patch for this one. I think it will probably be good with or without, but we'll find out, all in due time. So I've pulled out 12 items so far, but I know there's more. This one is in one way a repeat of a previous purchase, and in another way it's not, because the previous version I bought came with Rockman Dash as a bonus disc, and this one should just be a standalone version without any extra pack-in game. Rockman X4. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da. Yep, just one disc this time. Hey, let's see if that disc is in good condition. Not bad. Not too shabby. Why is it always that Japanese PlayStation and Saturn games are less scratched up than their US counterparts? I'm not trying to make a cultural assumption, but seriously, sometimes it just feels to me like Japanese gamers take better care of their stuff. I can't prove that, and it's probably a bad assumption on my part, so disregard me. So that's 13 items. We've got 4 more here. A brick of 4 Famicom games. And if this is the order I think it is, the last item should be a Game Boy game. And if this is the Famicom games I think it is, one of these should be Glory of Heracles 2. Yeah, I believe it's this one right here, because that looks like a big numeral 2 on it. Xevious. That's pretty self-explanatory. One of the next 2 should be Ikki, I-K-K-I. Yep, that's this one right here. I have no idea what's going on with these people, but the name intrigued me, so I thought, why not? Maybe it's pronounced Icky. And this last one, Lot. Looks like it could be either a pinball game or a pachinko game or an arcade game, but I suspect that because it has an English name, it probably won't be too hard to play. We'll find out. But hey, it's a vibrant red color, so like a lot of these Famicom cartridges, it's fun to look at, even if you aren't able to play it. But I don't think that'll be a problem here. Actually, it kind of reminds me of that Plinko game when you see these numbers on the bottom. Looks like you're dropping balls into numbered columns like Plinko. Again, that remains to be seen. So that's 17 items. Should be one more. Here it is. You can already see it before I even get it out. Explodia, aka Time Ball. I previously covered this on the PC Engine files, and then I discovered there was a Game Boy version of it, and it was cheap. It was only $1. So I thought, for $1, I'll pick that up. Hard to go wrong with a $1 game. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. I appreciate you bearing with me as I bump an episode of Homebrew Review for this, but I hope you all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving this week if you live in the US, and if not, I hope that you are doing well and having a good time with friends, family, and loved ones, whether it's a holiday for you or not. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. But bye for now.